True.
What's up, gamers? Welcome back to a Team Kitchen Fable YouTube video. We're gonna be talking about the Calling Las Vegas. We're literally here chatting the night before we get on our planes for the Tales of Aria World Premiere event. I've got Zach below, and I've got Steven over there. Steven's on Pod 2. Zach's been heading up Pod 1. I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of Zach over on Louis' channel. But yeah, guys, you guys just want to say hello before we hop into some of our topics?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Pumped for Vegas. Leaving out tomorrow morning, going straight into that world premiere event. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, same here. As Sean said, I'm Steven, and I'm just saying that statistically, because we're so many of us, we have a higher chance as a group to pull the Fable. So watch out for that one.
Yeah, honestly, if one of us, how many? Actually, that's a great transition to two topics. Two topics, okay?
Oh, no.
So how many people do we think are going to be attending? I'm talking like main event round one. Okay, main event round one.
Main event.
Round one. Okay. And then what do we think the Fable is? You can just answer in any order.
So I think there's a lot of people who are going to show up and potentially not compete in the main event because there's so many side events going on. I think a lot of casual players got a slightly rude awakening with the Road to Nationals. You know, it was still classified as a casual event for Flesh and Blood, but it was definitely a more competitive environment. There was a lot more on the line with how much the full art or extended art tunic is worth now. And I think with that in mind, a lot of players may be showing up just for the world premiere and then side events. So I think with that in mind, I'd say 500 or less in the main event round one.
Okay.
But I would expect like 1,000 to 1,500 people at the entire event overall.
I think that's a pretty fair guess.
That is.
It's
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in a similar kind of range. I think we will not reach 1,000. Maybe we'll get close. Because I've a little bit from my side, I've heard a lot of people be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna try it out. Since it is still like an open event, it's not like an invitation only thing. You'll see a lot of people who just like sign up. Maybe some people just sign up just because of the playmat or something. They'll get their stuff and be like the Rainbow Foil mentors, I think, part of it as well. And they're like, cool, I'll play this round one, I'll drop and do the side event. So I think we'll be close to 1,000, I want to say.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I think especially with these calling, I'm sure there are people in Europe that have announced their attendance to go to Las Vegas, but I think that we're starting to see more callings pop up in different places. So I'm not expecting super high international turnout. I'm sure we'll probably get like 50 to 100 international. That might be overestimating it, but I think that the hype is probably very real. And I think that my number is probably closer. As far as competing, I think that in anything, just playing any events, I think it's probably closer to the 1,500. Just because I think that there are so many layers to... There are so many ways to play Flesh and Blood. Like, there are going to be people like Louis who play, like, Ultimate Pit Fight and Draft all day. And they're going to get awesome prizes for it. They're going to get to hang out with cool people who enjoy this game. And yeah, I think that probably by round 3 of the calling main event, I think we're going to be seeing like less than 200. I think we're going to see everyone who draw. Like, I know if I lose round 1, probably out. Like, I'm probably just going to dip. Like, I'm just going to go do something else. Like, I've got my Nationals invite. I don't feel the need to burn my day. I'll just go and enjoy the event. But yeah, I think 1,500 for sure. And I think that that includes but that also includes like cosplayer. If there are any that includes people there just to like rip packs, collectors, cosplayers. I think we see about 1,500 people engaging with Flesh and Blood that aren't like Channel Fireball content creators or their staff, or LSS and event staff, I think we see around 1,500. But that is a hopeful number, but I do think 1K is a solid number to guess.
That's fair. That is fair.
So
I see that.
we
that second question though, I've been looking at the list of like what's been spoiled so far, and it seems like a pretty good gamble that they're going to make Oldham the next Arc Knight Shard, giving him a character specialization.
That would be so bad. That'd be so
Wait,
bad.
is it because we haven't seen it? Like, why do you think that? Tell us why you think that.
Well, just looking at the list, so there's, based on the breakdown between heroes, there's not another Majestic slot. Like, they haven't shown what his, was it Stalagmite?
Yep, Stalagmite.
Yeah. They haven't shown what that is yet. Which means it would leave it at, like, a rare common, which seems kind of silly for, like, you know, it not being revealed yet. But, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I would prefer it not to be another character specialization Fable personally, but you know, if they do it, it is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I really don't want it to be that. I almost want it to be, since you said that there's no spots for it, and you're right, I agree with that stuff. Like, it shouldn't be like any of the other rarities. If anything, it might have been Majestic, but like you said, we don't have really another slot for it. But I think my guess would be another landmark. There has been talk about this other different type of location that kind of encompasses Aria. Some other people who are better at the lore probably know the name of what I'm talking about, but it's something along those lines, along more of the landmark. And if we're keep talking about the shield, my other guess would be like it would come in the next set, in like what we assume to be the supplementary set. I know it's a weird thing to introduce Oldhim, however you want to call him, and then like have the big shield later, but I think it's fine. It keeps you guessing, it keeps you wanting to keep buying product, I guess. But I just kind of really don't want the shield to be a Fable.
It is in the list for the Tales spoilers, though, right? Like,
yeah, it is. It's on the spoiler. It's on the card gallery. So
well, yeah,
it is a blank spot.
It's on it is a blank spot, but you could say the same thing about Data Doll having a blank spot in her thing, like, and that hasn't been revealed yet, unless it was supposed to be on purpose. But I think it's okay, and we've seen it before where they've left a blank spot and like just continued with sets. So
wait, are you saying Data Doll MK3 coming soon?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Data Doll MK3
right.
4 intellect, the fabled 4 intellect Data Doll.
Dude, that would actually be busted. Like, I promise you, like, 4 intellect Data Doll would be disgusting in Blitz.
I know.
And if we can get 4 intellect chain, I think, you know.
4 intellect chain? Dang, that's too strong. That's too much. I don't think.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like the Yggdrasil equivalent in Aria. Like, yeah. I remember the lore case being made. I don't know everything about Norse mythology, but like how the different areas in Aria reflect the different areas, like the different realms around the central Yggdrasil in Norse mythology. And our good old Norwegian buddy Simon, friend of the channel, was really big into that. He's a big lore guy, and as soon as he saw the areas, he was like, "This is what it is. That's what's happening." And I'm inclined to believe him.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
So
that would be dope.
So moving on from that, speaking of Aria spoilers, that kind of thing, let's talk about the release event, the worldwide release event for Tales of Aria. Who are you going to be drafting? What version and why?
Sealed,
or sealed, yeah. Well, you're gonna make it to top 8, Steve, and you're gonna top 8 your pod, bro.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna get the LSS stamped Yggdrasil, and then you're gonna sell it for like $1 million. You're just gonna walk over to some whale who's there, and that's it. You're rich.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
You know, I'll try to be open and, you know, play to my pool, but I really do want to play. I want to say not Oldham, but that's really the only caveat I have for my pool. But if it ends up being that way, that's fine. Because Ice, I feel, is going to be really good.
I feel like Oldham, in the context of Aria Sealed, is strong, but I think Oldham in the context of Aria Sealed isn't as strong as Oldham in the context of the entire Guardian card pool, right? I think when you give him access to the whole card pool, I think he's a lot scarier. Although this is like, I would say this set is less self-contained than. I might get total crap for this, but this set feels less self-contained than Monarch, slightly less, just slightly because of the repeat classes.
The only reason I would agree with that is because you don't have a new class, right? Like Prism is self-contained because that's all she's got. She's got the Illusionist cards, the Light Illusionist, and then she has generics from previous sets. But yeah, I would probably agree with that. I think Monarch with Chain, most people are just running the Shadow cards and then good generics. They're not running a lot of the older Runeblade cards outside of Mauvrin Skies. So I think self-contained to an extent is kind of the general flow LSS might be going with all of these releases.
Aria's the first time we've gotten a Ranger class.
Yeah, the first time. never before seen Ranger. That's pretty interesting.
They just hit the delete key. They just hit the delete key. They're like, I think they really balanced that entire hero around Red in the Ledger, and then realized that like, if the hero is any stronger, it would just break the game. And then they were like, well, hero's dead. That's my headcanon theory, is that like, they're like, yeah, we gotta have Red in the Ledger, it's on theme. They like made the whole thing. Azalea's attacks did like 1 more damage each, and the game was just broken. So that's what I think happened.
I think for real though, time and time again from previous card games, you have a strong showing in the meta of aggro before control and mid-range settles in. I think there will be a few people who've taken the time to test with what's already been spoiled and to start theory crafting now, and those will be the people that you'll probably see exploring Frost more than Lightning and Earth, because Earth is definitely the powerhouse, Lightning is the go again, and Frost is control, and you can mix and match them depending on what hero you pick. But I think as far as like Sealed goes right out the gate, I could see Briar and Lexi doing better than Oldham overall.
Yep.
Just because Lexi's going to have the aggressive lightning strategy with some control effects on Frost, and Briar's just going to hit really hard, really fast. Personally, I think Briar's kind of the way to go if your sealed pool rolls that way overall, because outside of the legendary we've seen with Spell Void, there's not really a way to block arcane damage, so that's just free damage, and when you're at 20 life, free 1 to 3 damage here and there is going to add up real quick.
Yep.
There are quite a few lines just within the common and rare pool for Earth and Lightning and Runeblade where you can hit for like 14 damage right out the gate turn 1. No setup and all red hand. And that's not something we've had in Blitz before. So I think that will, for people who are just going in blind just to, enjoy the event, that could definitely blindside a lot of people for sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull a cold foil set Cliss and then draft Briar. I think I'm actually leaning towards I would rank Briar as my first pick, Lexi as my second, and it's really just based on card pool. Like if I see a strong ice card pool, I'm going straight to Lexi.
Seems to be real on the same page there.
Yeah, and Shiver is such a good card, and it's the token weapon, and just to have access to dominate in a sealed environment is bananas, because so far they haven't spoiled, as far as I remember, I haven't really been paying too much attention, they haven't spoiled a defense reaction. There's no sink below, you can't just sink it.
No zero cost defense reaction,
yeah.
But Guardian has a few.
Runeblade got a zero cost defense reaction spoiled.
Never mind, yeah.
What was it?
Is it block 4?
Sigil of Suffer.
It blocks 1.
Sigil of Suffering, right?
It technically, yeah, Sigil of Suffering. There you go.
Okay.
So it's a 0-cost blue pitch, defense reaction. I think it's a majestic though.
I think it's a
Yeah.
rare. I'll check
Is it
right
rare? Okay.
now. Go ahead.
But so it deals an arcane damage to your opponent, and if they take the arcane, it gets +1 defense. But you know, when you have 20 life, that extra arcane they can't block is gonna come in clutch if you pull that.
Well, now I know that if I'm against Briar or just like not running Briar, if I have Spell Void, I will probably, unless I can see, unless there's some reason that I need to block Arcane to prevent triggers, I'm saving it for that. That's actually a really good tip.
Well, it's the same,
it's like a shunt.
Lightning. The Ranger has that glove equipment that'll just ping you for 1 arcane as well. Or
you can
just
see that, but you can see that though.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah,
It's a lightning equipment, so Briar and Lexi both will be able to wear it. And it's just straight up, if it gets defended, you do it just for 1 ping, and then if they're at 1 life, then it's over.
Yeah, actually, I think that's the ideal, is getting Briar with those. The Rune Blade, one, even the common Rune Blade boots would be fine. And
Sutcliffe Suede Hides.
And maybe the chest piece. I don't know how I'm not totally familiar with Briar's cost yet, but maybe that chest piece, that the blue something, the
deep blue,
deep blue, yeah. Just have 3 resources for the whole turn. 3 cards is all you need to get that fuse off, and then you're just gaming.
As some people might say, you are gaming.
Yeah.
That's another thing to touch on too, though, is you pull that Rosetta Thorn. I mean, 1 source of 2 arcanes, pretty easy to hit.
That's a token, right?
Yeah,
it is a token.
It's a token, so it doesn't matter. And I wouldn't run Duskblade in sealed. You just can't guarantee the counters, and so it easily becomes a dead card in sealed. Unlike Dread Scythe is a non-dead card in sealed just because of that free 1 arcane, but I don't find Duskblade to be that appealing, personally.
No, that's fair. Yeah, it would definitely be a lot better in draft when you can guarantee a more of a 50-50 non-attack to attack ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
I feel like with Briar, you'll see a lot more of a setup turn where you maybe create an embodiment of lightning and then do some stuff, and then on the next turn is when you do your attack with a big attack, and then attack with a big attack, and then attack with your sword for an extra 2 arcane stuff, because a lot of natural will go against sources, I believe.
Almost all of the non-attack actions have go again. But yeah, I mean, if you pull the legendary for Rune Blade, and you can hit with an attack, so you can get your embodiment of Earth, give it go again, and then play your non-attack actions.
Yeah.
Get another attack and create.
There's some good ones.
Steven, I'll give you a perfect example. We were playing Arcane Rising Sealed this past weekend at the Fabled Collections RTN, and I throw a rifting at Zach over there, and he takes it. He takes it, so I hit him with a Blood Spill Invocation at instant speed, followed by a Nebula Blade for the kill. It was beautiful.
You never take rifting. I've done the same thing. Mine was not that good. It was into Whispers of the Oracle or something silly like that, but I was playing Azalea, but I also rifting into something silly like that.
This was after, what?
8 hours? No, longer than that. It was we were there for 13 hours. We were gaming for a long time.
I was judging the Road to Nationals for 10 hours.
Yeah. Okay, so second to last topic here.
Fatigue for the calling.
So true. So second to last topic is, what will you guys be running in the main event?
Prism. I'll be running Prism. I think I've done 3 Road to Nationals. One was with Dirty Chain, as I was trying to make sure that I wasn't doing the wrong thing, but I did get top 8 with Prism, and then I got top 4 with Prism. So I feel like I have the game plan set out to be able to take it to, a good run in the calling. So Prism's my choice.
Nice.
Yeah, I will be running Dash. I think honestly, Prism has a better overall chance at the calling just because of how great she could sideboard into all of her different matchups. You can completely change playstyle and archetype way more than any of the other heroes, in my opinion. But Dash was kind of the next best thing. It was a little easier to learn on short notice. I think most guys know that I've been repping Viserai for quite a while now, and I've done really well with it. But in Ohio, where I'm from, our meta was very mid-range still. No one was running like Flock Chain, or really a lot of people just weren't real into Chain. It was a lot more Bravo and Prism here, and like Control Katsu, and some Dash. But yeah, I took Viserai to 2 RTNs in Florida, and it was just completely opposite. Everyone's running Flock Chain, very aggressive. All matches I won were not against Chain. All matches I lost, well, actually no, I beat one Chain, the second RTN. But yeah, I mean, I played a total of 9 Chains, and I beat one of them between the two of them. So yeah, it was very rough for Viserai. My build's very unique. It's mid range. It doesn't do the OTK. It's not consistent. I know it's 1 in RTN. It can go off, but the luck variance is much higher on it. I am excited to revisit him with Tails because honestly, just Rosetta Thorn, Dustbane, and the new boots alone.
Sutcliffe Suede Hides. What a beautiful card.
No, the legendary.
Wait, isn't it the legendary?
No,
I thought the Suede Hides were the legendary.
Suede Hides is the token.
Oh, something creepers. It's
Creeper.
Shadow Creepers. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the give it go again and blow it up unless you deal arcane. But yeah, I think that alone helps Viserai a lot. As a double-edged sword, it also helps Chain, so I'll still have to test both and see where they land with that. But yeah, I think Dash overall for me is just my play style is mid-range, regardless of what card game I'm playing, and yeah, I feel pretty comfortable with that.
Nice. Yeah. So I myself, as you guys know, I'm going to be running Dash. Dash is what I got my RTN with. Dash is the hero that I'm probably the most comfortable with in this meta. And I like Dash because it has such a strong sideboard package. Set of packages, really. You can play a completely different game plan depending on the hero you're going against. And just the mechanics of the hero are very fundamental. You know, do what you can to get go again. Block out, prep for future turns. And yeah, I'm expecting to see a lot of Prism, a lot of Chain, a lot of Bravo. Those just seem to be the most played heroes, and Katsu as well. Katsu, I'm fairly confident in that matchup as well on Dash. So I would say, besides just getting my enemy Chain getting the nuts, I feel like for the most part I'm pretty comfortable. And so I'm going to go ahead and run Dash and have a good time. Yeah, so
to be fair, I will also be bringing Viserai for side events.
That's true. I've got my Chain. If I go to side events, I might even ProQuest it. I might even ProQuest Chain, and just like if I end up in the ProQuest, I might just go Chain. I'm pretty happy with my list. I've gotten a lot more comfortable with it. There's still I'm starting to really hate Blue Unhallowed Rites, to be honest. Like, that card shows up in my banish on turn 3, and I'm just like, I'm so mad about it, to be honest with you. Because I run such a high amount of blood debt that if I hold it till turn 4, I'm going to be drowning in it. So I have to, like, very deliberately think about, how am I going to get this out? Do I even get it out for the whole game? That kind of thing. So I might sub that out, but other than that, yeah, I'm gonna run that, and then I brought back my dirty Ira list for Blitz events.
Such a good list.
And the Kano list. So, or just the generic like Kano list. Although I switched this just had to do with my card pool being limited when I built the deck, but I now have like multiple playsets of most Majestics. But I switched Nourishing Emptiness for Exude Confidence just for like cheese kills. And that's literally the only reason why I did it. I haven't tested the deck outside of Goldfishing at all, so I'll probably go 0-4 or whatever the event is, but, you know, we'll have a good time.
Perfect.
All right.
Leviathan for the Blitz events, by the way.
Oh, for real?
That'll be fun. For real. I've had this Leviathan Blitz list for quite a while, and I've been having some great fun with it, and I got, like, second place at a charity event of, like, 60-something people, so very hype about it.
Wait, I didn't know about that. Yeah, I believe it, though. You're a gamer. You're a gamer. And Levi is really suited for Blitz because you don't really have to worry about stacking up a ton of Blood Debt and dying to it. Like, by the time you would get locked out and die to Blood Debt, you would just die anyways in Blitz, typically.
Yeah. Exactly. Husk is MVP as we know and love.
Dude, Husk and Blitz is devastating. I remember the end of skirmish season when Chain was just starting to get picked up. I had just like baiting out the Husk is so tough, or even like pushing past it. Yeah, I have so many bad memories and so many good memories of conquering the Husk. Like yeah. Anyways, I'm not looking like it seems like we're going back to Blitz season a little bit in the U.S. Like I feel like a lot of people now that the calling's happening, RTNs are cooling down. People are like. I'm noticing in multiple local metas are like we're going back to Blitz. Yeah.
Like, it's a pretty. It seems like a very normal flow of things for them to have a new set drop, do Blitz, so you can build a bunch of different decks super easily. It's less cards, quicker matches.
And getting new people into the game along with the new sets.
For new people,
for sure.
And then maybe after the skirmish season, that's kind of their thing. It's like. You get a time with some armories. They'll probably do another skirmish season, and then we'll probably roll into that and whatever else we have. Classic constructed leading up to Worlds.
Dope. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. Go ahead and like, subscribe. We're going to be documenting our times at the calling. We've got, I think, 7, 8 other teammates who are going to be able to make it out there. So I think it's going to be a good time. And the next time you see us, we're going to be repping our Team Kitchen Fable jerseys. And we've got some sick playmats as well. So if you see us at the event with a jersey or playmat, definitely come say hi. We appreciate you. And looking forward to playing against all of you. Peace.
Well, see you guys.